All right, welcome back, folks. Godlike for their first win here this weekend. Realistically, though, problem's going to come down to who has more. Godlike going to be the first ones to strike. This Godlike roster from the Indian region was the undisputed team within that region. They were undefeated in every single map and match that they played. So if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, that's great. However, they've come to international play. They've already lost a series here today. So this is going to be the team that is looking for not only a regain, but to try and get themselves back to 1-1. A couple more losses could spell disaster for their tournament run. But regardless, for right now, 14-12, the advantage that they have. 20 seconds left on this hard point. Going to be looking for a rotation here as KingsClan have found their way back in the middle map. It'll be interesting to see if they throw another hit at this. Brody back here in just a moment. For the time being, you've got me. Marvel going to be there. Reveal's going to be able to take him down, and that should at least hold things off for a moment. It's going to be the side of KingsClan who have that rotation back over towards the opposite side. Hardpoint, they're going to be the first team here. Realistically, the south side hit going to be the one that Godlike are looking to go ahead and make everything look good. But as they hop on up, Prevail going to try and get himself a little bit of high ground positioning. Hipfire shots going to be there for one. This is going to be a great break here from Godlike if they can make it stick. Hunter, Killer, Drone, and Grenades are going to be able to equalize a trade. It's still a contested inside of the hard point for just a moment, but Godlike are able to make it stick. Trophy system going to be tossed forward. Abe is able to find one. Potentially could have been for two there, but no teammates there for help. KingsClan still looking here with 30 seconds left to make one more attempt at a break. It's going to be the entire yellow kill feed, though, as Godlike are going to be able to reclaim the lead. 25 seconds of potential scrap time here. Realistically, if you're KingsClan wanting to make a potential break back over to the opposite side of the map and just set up, maybe throw one or two more bodies at this, but now that you've lost that on the opposite side of the map, things could turn sour as the rotation is set up for KingsClan.
All right, I'm here. Apologies for that, folks. I was away from my desk. I am back now to talk about KingsClan and Godlike, which looks like a pretty close game thus far. Godlike just 20 points to the advantage over KingsClan. As we move over towards the next hill, though, looks like KingsClan are going to be the first to touch. We'll see whether or not they can garner a lot of time off the back of this. Godlike need to try and unearth them from those back spawns. If not, they would just continue to spawn here over and over and over again. As I say, that one player that's actually going to spawn up. So Gravity Vortex are now starting to come out from Godlike. We were talking about this earlier on, why this thing is so good in hardpoint. There you see exactly why players just get pulled into it in the close quarter engagement.
Yeah, not able to get inside the lane. It locks down an entire site. For a team that's trying to make a push, it can be everything and a disaster. Equalizers used up at the top. Prevail going to hop down. Looks for a few players that are in front of him, able to find one, nobody else there. But now from the backside, Grizz is going to have the equalizers of his own. He's going to pop in, finds three, traded out immediately, but it's KingsClan who are able to break in. Godlike, though, have been the better team throughout the first few hills of this map. We'll see if that changes on the rotation as scrap time going to get locked down.
All right, Godlike now starting to command this game with a huge lead over KingsClan. This rotation is absolutely everything. Godlike, though, going to get taken out. We know how big of a hill this can be here on takeoff. So, fortunately enough, KingsClan, they're going to be the first one in for it. But now it's about holding it. Currently, there's three players, excuse me, isolated inside. Nice kill coming through from Neutrino, who's going to utilize the War Machine to try and break this one through. Lovely War Machine shots being put together by Neutrino, who not only removes both players that were sitting inside the hill, but also is now starting to zone off. This is worst case scenario here for KingsClan, who are already 70 points down, and now they don't have control of one of the money kills here on takeoff.
And the specialists just continue to get dumped in from Godlike. It seems like every single time we flip to one of the players, they've got the specialists going, continuously earning them, and they've got streaks to work with here. Two Predator missiles to use, one from one from Trunks, and the other one from Lean. As Learn's able to find one there, you can just sit that with the back pocket. 100-point lead almost here inside of the first 4 hard points, Brody. It's been a disaster for the Kings.
Yeah, KingsClan need to find a way back into this game right about now. I mean, you've given away a couple of streaks to Learn, excuse me, and Trunks, and you've lost a 100-point deficit. There is a way back into this game. We've always said that. That's the way hardpoint works, but still, it's so daunting at this point. KingsClan got to find a way in, and it's got to start now with a second set of rotations. Have to have a good start to this one, and already Neutrino starting to put her down by bringing the Predator missile from the sky. Marvel is at the very least having a fun time. He's using the melee to try and get players out of power positions.
That's the old London special, no? Sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah,
Neutrino.
The silence there, Alex. Yeah, exactly.
We like to poke fun at our British friends. We're going to be able to get down immediately. But realistically, Godlike has been able to put the pressure on this KingsClan roster at every turn. A bit of heresy, so to speak. 30 seconds left in the middle of the map here now. Saze, a challenge, nothing there. And it's just been the same story every single time. For one good step that KingsClan take forward, Godlike, they take another 5. And their lead continuing to grow bit by bit here. Stop the bleeding for just a moment, but another hit from Godlike surely should come here in just a moment. They're going to be playing for the rotations, but they can also contest this. They've got plenty of time to work with, not only on the clock, but of course in the objective time.
And just look at the top right of the screen, folks. Look at the amount of utility that they now got on side. Not only do they have 3 streaks between them, they've got 4 specialist weapons. And yeah, King will get their own very soon. But at the end of the day, just the amount that they've got to work with is going to be so frustrating for KingsClan to try and deal with. And that's why everything that they do have, they have to use perfectly. Grizz now going to go around with the equalizers. These things are horrible to go up against. But Neutrino going to neutralize that by taking a player out with the War Machine. Again, we talked about this, how much they've got. They're already utilizing 2 of them. Now trying to get some spawn trap kills with the War Machine is Neutrino. 2 left in there. Finally going to go down. Godlike now looking to take some time away from KingsClan. Trunks is just firing down range. 3 in a row from Trunks. The bullets bend round the wall. And Godlike now in commanding control of this game. They are living up to their name.
And it's so difficult when you have a hill that is basically crafted for the claw. You're able to bounce those, ricochet those shots off the wall at anybody trying to contest them while they're just walking into a slaughter line. So 186, 67, KingsClan starting to make their way back just a touch, but realistically, there's just nothing that they've been able to do every time they spawn in. It's just death on the opposite end. Abiz, the one living in the lobby at the moment with 29.
Oh boy, KingsClan. I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, since we said they kind of needed to put together a comeback, they've got, what, 20 points from Godlike. It's not been good whatsoever. But perhaps there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, you know, they've got control of P3 early on. See if that first touch advantage will prove to be exactly that, an advantage here moving forward. As right now, at least in the initial wave of gunfights, Godlike are not able to get in. Perhaps Trunks up top could put a stop to that. And yeah, exactly that. Grizz and Raid going to fall here. Spy, the only player with something to say about it, but already Godlike, they have broken through.
And it's unfortunate too. Marvel had the Annihilator ready to pop, ready to play with it, pulled it out and got shot in the back. Nothing of the sort to be had here for KingsClan. Just misfortune after misfortune. Going to be able to at least bounce a few shots with the claw on the back line to stop that attack from hitting forward. Right now, they're finally going to be able to eclipse that 3-digit mark. 100 points on the board, still down by a lot. Come back on the cards, though. Not out of the question just yet. Godlike, though, going to be able to break back in for the last 10 seconds of scrap.
I'll tell you what, Godlike, coming from a region that, generally speaking, people, well, I don't think they give anywhere near enough respect. Right now, they are proving they deserve all that respect and more. KingsClan just being put and thrown aside. Godlike, 34 seconds, or 33 seconds, excuse me, away from victory here in this game. With Neutrino and Learn already starting things strong on this next hill with a couple of kills. Trunks still up top. You've got to unearth this player for KingsClan before you move forward in towards the hard point. He's just chilling around. How much more damage can you do? It's going to wait now for the rest of the team to come and help out Grizz with the equalizers. He's going to get shut down. There it is. We were waiting for Trunks to finally go off, and that is exactly what happened. Godlike now have got rid of those pesky KingsClan players, and now they've got the specialist weapons to zone off.
And that very well could have been the final break of the game that Godlike needed to be able to take advantage of map 1. 27 seconds, plenty of time to work with here. Contestant in for just a moment, but they've zoned everybody off. The back end, walking into the firing line once again. It's Godtrunks who has that swarm, who has that claw, who has the shots there. Shots below, not good. Sazi will finally break back in, but it's a Predator missile over the top that's able to find 2. Just 10 seconds now. They'll at least have to rotate to another hard point, but KingsClan just simply don't have an answer.
Yeah, you are just scrapping at this point to try and keep Godlike away from any time whatsoever, and that is just such a huge ask against any team, let alone Godlike, who are clearly quite proficient in hardpoint. They haven't lost one after all in the entirety of the regular season over in India. KingsClan have to be perfect from here on out, and already Godlike going to be the first team to touch. Raid will take down Neutrino at the very least, so there is some life still left in KingsClan, but again, you have to make sure not a single Godlike player touches this point.
Now Learn's in. Contestant there. 130 on the opposite end. Shots are going to be good from Learn. Everybody else being able to win gunfights around the hill, and that should just about do it. Nobody going to be there for a touch unless the contestant comes in there for just a second. Godlike, a 120-point win here in the hard point, one of the largest we've seen today. Unfortunately, the Godlike squad,